Maybe? There we go. Jeez, that was excruciatingly painful. Oh, YouTube. Anyway, hello, I'm Steve. Welcome to another Mac84 live stream. And we got to eep already. Jeez, right off the bat. Thank you, Greg. Eep! So, this stream is also already, before I even hit the stream button, we're already off to a bad start. So, the whole purpose of this stream is to test out some memory. Hello, Scarlet Swordfish. Hello, Aaron. Hello, Greg. Hello, Jay. So, we're testing some memory today. And already ran into an issue. So, with these old Macintosh computers, especially the ones I'm looking at today, use these little 30-pin memory modules. Now, these can be a little tricky for a few reasons. Let me just get my screen situated here so I am not ignoring anybody. Hold on. Let me pop out the chat. An Intel Mac? What the heck is an Intel Mac? It's 1994 over here. I have too many windows open. Alright, cool. That will help. I know exactly what the Intel Mac is. I'm just joking. Alright, so, yes, hello everyone. Hey Matt, hey Josh. And, yeah, so, these little memory modules, these are SIMMs and SIMMS, and they fit in older Macintoshes, let's say. I think the last one they were in, I have a little chart up here to help refresh my memory. The last one they were in was the Macintosh LC2. So these went from the Macintosh Plus all the way to the LC2. So 87 to 93, so quite a long time. The problem is with these is, unlike memory today, and even after these modules, not all memory at the time did, they don't really list anything on them except, you know, the little barcodes and numbers, or not barcodes, but digits on the little chips. And yes, there is a way to read the chips and understand how big the modules are and such, and sometimes they have stuff printed on the back and things like that, but looking this information up can be a little troublesome, tiresome, and sometimes it's not accurate what you find online. Now, I do have a box full of these SIMs here that I want to test. I have some others here. The trouble is there are two factors here: speed and pairing. So with a lot of the Macintosh machines, you have to meet or exceed the speed requirement of that machine. So the speed is listed in NS, I believe that's nanoseconds, maybe. And so the Macintosh Plus, for example, has a minimum speed of 150 ns. So anything lower than that, or at 150, would work fine on the Macintosh Plus. Then we have something like the 2SI here, which has a minimum speed of 100 ns. So 100 ns or lower should work on that. Because the lower the numbers, the faster the memory is. To my understanding, that's how I believe this works. So the problem is, as I figured out about 5 minutes before I was about to hit this stream button, the machine that I was going to do a lot of testing on was the Macintosh 2SI, which is underneath this LC2 here. So the 2SI I have, let me bring this up here. The 2SI I have is nice and recapped, and it's a beautiful little machine here. I need to recap the power supply, but for now it works. Unfortunately, although the 2SI can take fairly slow memory, up to 100 ns, it requires that memory be in banks or pairs of 4. So you need 4 like modules, matching modules of size and speed to test, which is probably not going to cut it here because I have a lot of modules that look different, or you know, or just one-offs. So that's going to be problematic. The way to get around that, hello Bruce, the way to get around that is to use a machine like the LC2. So I have an LC2 here, and the LC2 only requires to install a memory in groups of 2, because it has 2 memory slots here, and that takes the same speed, 100 ns or lower. So my plan was to use the LC2, but one of the LC2s that I just recapped did not fully work. Let me get some of that dust out of there. So let me get the trash can that's off camera here. That almost fell over. So, yeah, this is going to be interesting. So, as soon as, right before I hit stream, I put this on the desk. The fan turns on, the speaker sort of makes a noise. I'm going to see if this works. Hopefully we don't have to do any impromptu recapping here, because that is not the plan. So, let me just take my SCSI-2SD adapter away from, take it out, rather, of our 2SI here, which will probably not be seeing too much action today. We'll put that on the ground here, and we'll focus on our LC2, which should hopefully allow us to test these memory modules a little bit better. So let's just catch up on the chat here. Yes, and I will be labeling it, hopefully. I have a little label maker here. I can turn that on if needed. So yeah, this is going to be fun. It probably actually is probably not a bad idea to look some of these up, but the problem is a lot of these, you know, some of this, like this one here, has some numbers around, and I need to move this window because I can't see myself. Some of these have numbers on the back. I added the white label, but you can see if the camera wants to do its job here. Some of them have these numbers. Now that might just be a number coordinating to the circuit board, or I can look up these chips here, but some of these don't have numbers there, so these are sort of a mystery to me. So first off, we're just going to test the LC here. And let me put my phone in Do Not Disturb, because my... Oh, I got a text message I got to respond to. Hold on. Let me also confirm that this LC that I'm going to use here, I forget how much built-in memory it has. 2 megabytes. Okay, cool. So anything that we have in addition to the 2 megabytes is what we add into this machine. Alright, so let's do this here. Alright, I love classic Apple machines. They can be a pain in the butt to work, but on the first boot, when you get everything working, it makes up for all the problems. Yes, it does. It's always fun to see it working. That's why I do this. That's why it's always interesting to mess around with these things, and that's, you know, one of the huge drives for me actually doing this, because I like to try and mess around with these things and get them to work. Alright, so let's do that. So what I'm going to do is just try and see if this LC will boot up. Hopefully it will, because that would be a slap in the face if it just doesn't want to work. So we're going to not have to plug in anything there. I think this also has... I keep looking for my phone. I think this also has built-in video memory too. I forget the size, but yes, 256 kilobytes. So that should be fine just to display something. So I'm just using a little VGA adapter here and plugging it into the DB15 port. Let me get a keyboard. And oh, there we go. We already have a keyboard and mouse tangled around my feet. How about that? So we got a keyboard, we got a mouse. Not that we really need it. Oh, I hope it's not 8 hours, because I got to cook dinner and I got work tomorrow. So, all right. So we got our keyboard on our lap here. We got our power cable, and this monitor is set to VGA, which is what we're converting this to. So let's plug this in. Let's give it a turn on. Alright, so the fan spins and we got a screen. Okay, cool. So we don't have the SCSI-2SD adapter here, so let me plug that in. So we'll be using our version 5.1 SCSI-2SD adapter here. I added the little DB25 connector on there so I could use it externally. This LC I did not recap yet. I probably will end up doing that. Hey Trina, welcome to the stream. So the LC2 I did recap doesn't want to work, unfortunately. So I don't know if it's just dirty or I missed something. I'd be happy to take some time to look over that and try it again. But that's not what we're going to be doing today. Okay. Alright, so let's plug our little SD adapter in here. And let me just put something plastic that's not going to let the metal at the bottom of that adapter touch anything else. Okay, now we should be good. So let me turn this back on. Okay, we got our light on our SCSI 2 SD adapter. Let's bring the camera a little closer here. Hopefully that fixed the fuzzy camera. Alright, we should get some imagery here in a second. Maybe? Huh, we don't even get a flashing question mark, which is a little concerning. And we're not getting a chime, but that could be down to a few factors. This machine may just... yeah, no cursor. Yeah, we may be running into some trouble here. Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. This is why Macintoshes are lovely. Yeah, this is this needs a recapping, I think. All right. Well, we're turning this one off. Here's the one that I tried to recap, and I mean, it looks really dirty. Let me just try and clean it real quick, and if it doesn't work, I guess we'll have to try and test in pairs of 4 because I am not planning on recapping anything. No recapping. No. I need like arms for these monitors so they're not like on the desk here. Or I just need a bigger desk. But hello, Greg. What a way to make an entrance. I know you were here before, but okay. The LC2 needs a good PRAM battery. Okay. Well. What can we do about that? Interesting. Alright, let's completely blank my mind. Now, I have some bad PRAM batteries, I think. I think this purple one still has a charge. Well... let's plug it in just for the heck of it, see if it makes a difference. I don't know if it will. For video to work, it needs a working PRAM battery. I did not know that. That's quite annoying. Yeah, so we get a video signal, just no, nothing else. Hey, Pseudos. Yeah, well, I'm probably about to just wire up 2 AA batteries to this thing. I don't think I even have like, I think I have like 1 or 2 PRAM batteries, but I don't think any of them have a decent charge on them. Let's see. No. This guy, yeah, 1999, so that was fairly recent. Let me just see if there's one laying around here I could steal, but it probably does not look like that. So let me just take the battery holder. Oopsie. Whoops. It probably is the caps, but let's try it anyway. Let me just grab the battery holder I have over here. Okay. And all the memory modules fell in the box. And the box fell on the ground. Oh boy. Alright, let's put that back over here. So, I was using this. Hey, Christian. Thank you. Eep! What's this button do? That's very kind of you, sir. Thank you very much. You get, I don't know how that converts into my currency, but eep, 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 you get a lot of eeps for that. Everyone go to macintoshgarden.org. Christian, put the link in there. I love that website. Much better than that horrible other website we will not speak of on this channel. Oh boy, that's very nice of you. Thank you, sir. So, where were we? That's right. PRAM battery. PRAM battery. Alright, so we got 2 AA's, and we got some contacts we could wrap the wires around. $2. $2 is $2. And let's wire this up here. So we got positive, which is red. So and it's just very temporary here, but it would help us to determine if that is really the culprit here. Now I don't have any onboard. I don't have any additional VRAM here. I just have the onboard video. I think I have a VRAM sim somewhere, but I don't know if that's really going to make a difference here. But we could try it anyway. Yeah, there's a big reason why toast images are used heavily. And, yeah, you could just rename it. That usually solves the problem. So I would highly recommend doing that. Alright, let's try it again. Now we have a black screen. Let's make sure everything's firm in here. Oh, come on. Just put a... I do not have a video memory sim. I thought it had 256K built in. I mean, I have, where is it here? Hold on. I have one from a Color Classic here that I think would fit in it. But we got some video before. Well, might as well try it out. Greg, if you film yourself tossing that out of a window, you might get some very interesting responses. Helps if you put the memory sim in the correct way. Alright, now we have some VRAM installed. So we get a light on the monitor. But that's it. What the heck? Even without the memory, it was working. Well, I know it has built-in memory, Bruce, which is... I mean, this thing probably needs to be recapped. So it's very silly that we're even troubleshooting this at this point, but you know what? The one that I recapped, even though it's dirty looking, let's test that out. Let's put some VRAM into there. And let's put the battery in there. And let's see if we get a different result. How about that? Yeah, well, I was not able to test this machine, but it was also... the previous machines I fixed were LC3s. This is a LC2, so I could have maybe not had an appropriate amount of video memory, or maybe I wasn't using the PRAM battery, or... It's very easy to get those things confused. Let's take that out. Let's take that out. let's put this on the floor, which is losing a very big amount of space at the moment. And of course the ground shield for the DB15 adapter decide to move out of the way. Okay, so let's try this again. Let's get our crude battery solution wired up. The rule of YouTube live streaming is things never go according to plan. So let's look at this instead of my face. Sorry about that. So with the battery, I am wiring just loosely around the terminals, just so they fit a AA battery holder. So I don't have a working PRAM battery, but this should provide us with enough voltage to hopefully make it happy. It's not perfect, but in a pinch, it should work. So we're going to plug in our SCSI2SD adapter. We have the fan plugged in, we have the speaker plugged in. So we should see or hear life of this machine. If it, all right, we'll just leave that there. if it decides to work. All right, so plug in the monitor. And you know, we'll be optimistic here. We'll plug in. Where did I put the keyboard? Here it is. We'll plug in the keyboard and the mouse. I really need a keyboard tray for this desk. I bought a keyboard tray, but I need to actually install it. Okay. Definitely no onboard VRAM on the LC2. Okay, well, Mac Tracker is incorrect then. That is good to know. Alright, let's turn it on. Get a green light. And no video. What gives? You know, I have a few of... Oh, no, that should not be that. I have a few different adapters. Let me try a different adapter. It just could be that it's picky with the monitor. I always prefer to set my machines up from scratch, using the system stock images. Occasionally I'd maybe want something that I made an image of myself or something like that, but it's everyone else's preference. But of course, having the originals imaged is always nice. Alright, cannot display this mode. Alright, well that's something. And I just put the CRT on the shelf. I just put it on the shelf. I have to drag out that CRT, don't I? We should hear a bong, however, I'm going to try this syncing adapter here. We should hear a bong, however, if the sound is muted on the system, we may not. Let's see if this syncing adapter helps. No, it does not. Looks like we're putting a CRT on the desk because why should anything work well on a Sunday night? Alright, let's grab a CRT. Why the heck not? Oh boy. Okay, this thing is not as heavy as the other ones, thankfully. Let me make some room. I don't know where I'm going to put this thing, but okay. Have to move the microphone here. And there goes the little bin of old capacitors scattering all over the floor. Move this, because that's in the way here. This desk is not as big as it may appear. So, fitting old bulky things on it is not ideal. Let me put some of these discs and tools away. And when I look for them in the next stream, I'll have to look back at the stream to figure out where I put them. Wait, where'd all those tools go? Okay, I have a power cord here at least. Alright. So we have a power cable in our CRT. Now this thing is going to flicker because of reasons. Let me see if I can move our little microscope behind this monitor here. Let's just turn it this way. Okay. Okay. So the VRAM sim is required then. That is good to know, I suppose, unless I'm reading that incorrectly. I read it as there was onboard memory, but that is likely not the case, it seems. Well, hopefully that means that our little LC here will work, and we could actually do what we want to do. Okay, all right, let's turn the CRT on. Zap. All right, and I position the LC in such a way where we can hopefully just easily test this here. So let's plug the monitor in. And let's catch up with the comments here. Yeah, I'll try resetting the PRAM if you know. We can try that. But let's start with the basics here. Now that we have an original monitor, we should hopefully get something here. What the heck was that? It like squealed and the fan didn't spin? Unless that's the capacitor just yelling at me. Okay. No light from the SCSI 2SD adapter. For some reason. Let's turn it off and try it again. What the heck? Hello, Philip. Maybe my PRAM solution is doing more harm than good. Because, yeah, this is... Got no image. Yeah, let's, you know what, let's remove... let me just remove the batteries from these things. I shouldn't have to remove the leads from there. It should go bong. I mean, this is the one I tested after I recapped it, and it was not happy. So, it's still not happy. However, just for the heck of it, we have a non-recapped Performa 400, which is an LC too. And I will take the VRAM out of there. I will put it in here. And it's very dangerous to stack these because of the brittle plastic, but let's try this one. Oh, alright, image right away, but no cursor. Yeah, so, oh boy. Yeah, so we have two LC2 machines here. Well, that's a little concerning, now isn't it? What the heck? Yeah, that's... Of course, the one that has been recapped is acting better than the one that was recapped. Oh, this is annoying. All I wanted to do was test some memory sims. I could just buy a fancy adapter that'll do it for us, but those are expensive. I tried to get one on eBay recently, and they ain't cheap. You know what? Let me test something without the VRAM sim. I'm just curious. On the original monitor here. Just curious. Same thing with no VRAM. Interesting. Now I know this has onboard memory, but what the heck? Let's put in some memory. Just to try it out. Yeah, something ain't right here. No, this board hasn't been recapped, so I would place the blame solely on the machine, not the VRAM sim, because the VRAM sim works. This stuff is out of the Color Classic that I recapped, and that worked. At least one of them did. You know, I wonder. Let me look at my little list here. Actually, our Color Classic friend, maybe the machine we're going to use. Why the heck not? Because on the list here, according to that, it could take 100 nanosecond memory and only 2. So you know what? Let's use the Color Classic. Let's not mess with the LC right now. We don't have to. Let's just use our Color Classic friend. How about that? No, the PSU works. I've tested it on a Quadra that's below me here. So it's not the PSU. Otherwise it wouldn't probably work at all. Okay. Now to try and find where'd our Color Classic friend go? They're very chunky, but there it is. I have a lot of boxes around here. Okay. Now, Bruce is going to laugh because if the Color Classic doesn't work, well, he knows exactly the fun we went through the other night. So, let's hope it does. Let's bring this CRT off of the desk. And we'll replace it with a smaller CRT. Yes, this Color Classic is a little temperamental. It works when it wants to. So, what we're going to do is pull out this board. This is the board that works when it wants to. I'm going to just put in the memory. I have it labeled, Color Classic memory. Nothing big. I think it's like, it has 4 megs or something like that. Let's see if I could put the modules in correctly. That'll be helpful, wouldn't it? Okay. Now this machine's a great little machine. And people love upgrading them. Bruce just did a video on his Color Classic. And when you upgrade them, people call them a Mystic Classic. Oops. So he just did a video on his Mystic Classic. And I suggest you watch that. Bruce, if you can, put a link in the chat to your Mystic Classic video. I think everyone here would enjoy that. If they haven't seen it already, you might have seen it already. Because if you're a subscriber to Bruce's channel like I am, you'll probably watch the videos when they come out. Okay, we have an external SCSI cable here. Quick question, will a PMU reset on a PowerBook Titanium help recalibrating the battery? I don't think it would hurt. I honestly do not recall a bunch about recalibrating batteries, but somebody else here may. Somebody else may. There we go. There's the video that Bruce linked in. Very good. Okay, so I believe this SCSI to SD adapter also has the right system enabler, so we should not have a problem booting off of this instead of the slow internal disk that this machine has. So, okay, let's plug in our keyboard here. Let's spin this around. Oh, these are heavier than they look, guys. Oh boy. Okay. And where's our power cable here? So hopefully, hopefully us removing and reinserting the board on this machine a bunch of times is not going to traumatize this poor machine any more than we already have. And yes, this is a beautiful machine. I love it. Yes, Bruce's cat really made the video. Yes, there's a bunch of different boards you could use on this machine. Even more if you upgrade it further and modify it further. There we go. Okay, alright. So, again, we're trying to test memory here. Let's turn it on. Well, let's get ourselves situated here. It would help if the keyboard's actually plugged in at the other end, wouldn't it? I believe the pinout of some parallel cables are not 100% through, like a SCSI cable is, so I would avoid that. SCSI cables are not hard to find. A generic 25 dB connector should work, but some of those parallel connectors have resistors and stuff in them, so be very careful. Okay, it's I think it's probably going to try and boot from the internal disk. And of course, the microphone's behind the machine there. There we go. That way you're not bombarded by the hard drive noises as much. And it looks like maybe our SCSI 2SD adapter is not getting enough power. Oh, there it goes. Sometimes when it's external, the Mac doesn't provide enough power to it, but it does work, Bruce. It does want to work today. Knock wood. Yes, today, exactly. But yes, these are lovely little machines, very compact. Yeah, they're really beautiful. Now, it's going to be a pain if this wants to keep booting from the internal disk. Hopefully it recognizes the SCSI adapter. If not, I can just boot off of a floppy. Because if we're testing memory and such like that, it's going to be an awful pain. That's why I thought the LC was going to resolve the problem for us, but no. Just check messages here while this boots up. Yep, I'll try and change the startup disk if the SCSI 2SD adapter is recognized. While this boots up, I'm just going to run upstairs, get a glass of water. I'll be back in like 2 minutes, not even. Okay. Let's see if it... Yep. Got some more comments. Yes, you heard a bong. Do you have any PowerPC Performers? Performer 5300? I have an all-in-one... I think it's a 5200 75 LC or something like that. I have 2 of the 630 series, but those aren't the PowerPC ones. Alright, so unfortunately it doesn't seem to be showing our SCSI 2SD adapter here, which is not cool. You know, I have an external power brick thing I could use for this. It's ugly, but it works. So let's just try that. And it's always something, isn't it? Now, where did I put it? I moved it out of the way before the stream. Couldn't have gone far. Here it is. Here it is. Yeah, this used to be from a CD-ROM drive, but I just use it to power things now. So we're actually gonna shut you down for a second here. Okay, and we're gonna use a little power connector here. Yes, I could do that, but I do have this here. I don't think I have a USB cable that's... I don't think I have a micro USB on this desk, Bruce. I have a mini USB. But... actually, wait. Hold on. We have a micro USB. Let's see. Oh, is that going to reach? Let's see if it'll actually reach. Ah. Oh, it'll fall over on my desk here. Wait, which one of these is... Oh, I can unplug the microscope. We're not going to be using that right now. Alright, let's see if this is long enough. Let's move the power thingy out of the way. And, oh, it's just gonna make it here. Hopefully it doesn't put too much stress on the connector. Okay, let's try that again. Again, no light from the SCSI to SD adapter. But let's, I'm going to boot up with extensions off. Just in case it does boot from the internal disk. And it is. Actually, that's right, I have another classic with a dead hard drive that was booting off of the SCSI to SD adapter right away. So that's right next to me here. If this doesn't want to cooperate, we'll just swap that out. Again, not what we're trying to do, but we're trying to get to a point here. I actually started pretty darn quick with extensions off, so even if this is the way to go, that's not bad. Yes, yes, yes. Clock, clock, clock. Alright, you know what? It's not liking the adapter right now, but that's okay. With extensions off, this thing starts up pretty quick. So, alright, so let's just simplify things here. Move our adapter over here. Alright, so let's try some memory modules. Now, I forget if the Classic has any onboard memory, and it does, 4 megabytes. Okay, great. So we just have to keep that in mind. I didn't even check how much memory this thing had. Well, I'll check that later because these memory modules are already labeled. Okay, so let's pull this out here. Going to leave the video memory installed. And we do have to sort of eject the video memory here, and I'll show you why. Because in order to get these memory sims out, they go this way, and it's a little difficult to do that with this video memory in there. So I'm thankfully these have metal clips, not like the plastic clips on some Macs. There we go. And so these are already labeled for the Color Classics. I'm just going to put them in this little drawer. Now we get to see in our box here. Let's see. Now we have to match 2. Alright, so these are labeled C and D. They look like a pair. So we could see we can see if these work. How about that? Okay, everything is snug and fit in. Let's plug this board back in. Let's plug in our ADB cable. Let's turn the power switch back on. Okay, there we go. Oh, that's cool, Christian. Yeah, the black 5500s are really neat. Alright, let's see if this wants to boot up pretty quick here. Of course it has to do that, but... This is going to get old real fast, I'm sure. But hopefully at least we can label a few of them. Yes. Okay, and let's see how much memory is installed. Now again, we do have 4 megabytes built in, so we have to subtract that. Where do I get memory from? Lots of places. Yard sales and such. That's how I've usually gotten mine. I'll probably buy some off eBay, but... okay, so our total here is 10 megabytes. So if we subtract 4, that means that... Wait. That doesn't make much sense now, does it? Oh, unless this could only see 10. If this is actually 12 megabytes total, but it's only reporting 10, that would explain what we have here. Because if those 2 modules we put in were 2 megs each, then that's too much, I think, for this system to handle. Again, this is very complicated and silly. But if we go to... Yeah, the maximum memory on the Color Classic is 10 megs. So these are likely 4 megabyte modules each. Yeah, so... I'm guessing they're 4 megabytes. It could actually be more. Maybe? But, yeah, that's going to be an issue with testing this. But, alright, well, at least we know that, that this is 4 megs. So, let's shut this down. Okay, so... Whoop. Got to turn the power switch off there. Okay, so let me get a little notepad or something so I can write this stuff down. Otherwise, I will forget, and that will probably not be a good idea. Okay. I had a little pad here. I'm always misplacing stuff, guys. Apologies, that's just how I am. Okay, here's some paper. Alright, so this Color Classic. So we have that. Alright. Yeah, so if those were reportedly maxing the system out, then they'd have to be, I'm assuming, 4 megabytes each. So let's take these out here. I'm sorry, Dana. Hello. You didn't miss too much. We got off to a bad start. You have a wonderful spreadsheet. Well, you're going to save me a lot of time then. please email it to me right away, mac84@gmail.com. Please. I beg you, please. Is it the spreadsheet I already have open here? Because this is like the speeds of the memory. 68K and desktop Macintosh. This is from jagshouse.com. It used to be a great resource. Unfortunately, now most of the stuff isn't there. I have some labels I could cut into here. Here, actually, let me copy and paste this link because it's not a bad guide. Check out the link I just put in the chat there. Oh, this is manufacturers and model numbers. That would be very handy. That would be very handy. But I'm just going to cut out a label here. I'm not going to bother printing anything at this point, but I'm just going to cut out this label. Let me grab a marker. I'll be right back. Whoops. As I almost knock over the camera. Problem is I keep taking these markers upstairs, so I keep having to bring them back. Yes, Jack's house is fun. I actually have a 605 at my feet here. Jack's house is a great site. Unfortunately, all the good pages are no longer there, which is unfortunate. Yes, Mac84@gmail. Thank you, Dana. So let's take our little label here. And just gonna try and get us whooped. Of course, falls right to the ground. I try and cut as small as possible here, so we could fit as many little letters in my horrible handwriting at the same time. So these are probably 4 megabytes each. I don't know the speeds of these, but maybe Dana's sheet will help us. Okay, great. Now these are marked C and D, so I probably took these out of another system. And if I find A and B, we could test it in a machine that maybe doesn't have a 10 megabyte limit. Actually, I'm trying to remember if there is a machine that I have that would be happier. Probably like the Macintosh 2. I don't think there's that memory limit is much higher. So there's a hole blown in your graphics card. Grudy, what did you do? I'm not blaming on the manufacturer. I'm blaming on you because we know you. What happened? What happened? I don't have a 2VX, unfortunately. I have a Macintosh 2, I have a 2CX, and I have a 2CI, and I have a 2SI. But that is the extent of those machines that I have. Okay, let me... you never tested it. Well, maybe you could fix the hole. Maybe? Alright, let me check my email here. I didn't get anything yet, but I'll keep looking. Okay, so for those of you just catching up or just joining here, we have some memory that we just were able to figure out the values of, 4 megabytes. Now let me just check in this box here to see if I have other modules that look like this. Looks like I have one more here. And here's the other. So that's B and A. Needs a new regulator, giant crater. Maybe Jay could help you out. So I'm just going to read the numbers on here since I know what this is. Now these end in a 70, minus 70. So I believe these are 70 nanoseconds. I believe at least that is something I know how to read. So 70 nanoseconds. What machines like that? Well, that's really fast. So even the 2SI and everything. Geez, that's great. Yep, yeah, Dana. We just that's funny. Yeah, I was just talking about that as you were typing that. But yeah, so that will help me out here. What I'm going to do is unplug this real quick. I'm just going to put the 2SI on my lap here and put these memory modules in there because I'm curious. I'm curious if we could see the full amount of all of these memory modules, just to confirm what we have here. And before we do that, because I do have memory modules in this machine already, I didn't think we were going to have four matching pairs here, but we do. So let me just scoot this little guy over here. All right, just move the board over here. There we go. And yeah, let's just leave this on my lap for now. Plug the video cable in, not the video, the keyboard, which is all the way over here. There we go. Okay, and we'll plug our SCSI to SD adapter back in here. Which may be problematic because, well, you know what? Let's just use the frickin' floppy disks I made. I made the disks, might as well use them. No, Jay, you're supposed to say it's a $50 fix. Alright, so actually I should have enough room just to put this up here. There we go. Move our mouse this way. There, it's not too bad. Okay, so we have our 2SI here. And let's plug in our video adapter. Okay, and let's give it a turn on here. If we could find the switch. Find the switch. Where's the switch? Where's the switch? There it is. Oh, maybe. Oh, that's right, it's a button. Ding! And we got our screen, we got a cursor, put the floppy in. We should read that disk, please. There we go, okay. I was about to say. Oh, I love that noise. Oh, thank you. Is it Timothy or Timothy? Thank you. Let's take a look at what you sent. Oh, you know what? I actually have the physical book of that, but this is much more convenient. Thank you. Yeah, see, this is helpful because it does show like the Apple official modules. However, I think a lot of my modules are not the Apple ones, but this is still very useful. Steve, what is the TAM board in the back of your 2SI? This is an Ethernet card, so there's a card plugged in here, and there's a ribbon cable that goes into here with that, and there's actually a spot for a FPU on here. It's not populated, but there is a spot for that. However, I didn't go crazy. Let me bring up the link so I could show it to you. On eBay, someone just had up for sale. I didn't buy it because it was way too expensive. But let's see, watching ended. Here, they had a Nubus card with the floating point processor here. This is with the box and everything. So it's very nice. It had the box and such. It was very tempting, but it went for $50, and that's a little much for me. But that's the card here. And what it allows you to do is plug in a regular Nubus card here at an angle. So I wanted it really badly, but I wasn't going to spend $50 towards it. What I did do, however, is there was one, if I could find it, that was only $20. And it was the same exact thing, but it didn't have the box. So you know what? For 20 bucks, I picked that up, and we will be testing that in here because I want to try a bigger video card and some other fun things. Because I like how compact this is, but unfortunately that Nubus card slot, and since that has the FPU built in there, I don't have to worry about putting one on here. Because I think I could just take the board out of the case and put a full-size Nubus card in here, but I'd like to keep it in the case. I wonder what it would cost to send to me also. I did purchase it for $20, I think, plus $7 shipping, so I don't think you're going to be able to beat that, but if I ever need one. Alright, Greg, glad you could return that. Okay, sorry, lots going on here. But that's a very kind offer, Bruce. I want to send you some things. Maybe a Quadra 840 AV board to fix. So we have to figure that out. Yes, Greg, go for that immediately. Alright, so we're booted up to the OS here. This took a little bit of a while. But let's see. We have 5 megabytes of total memory. Okay, I believe the 2SI has 1 megabyte of built-in memory. I'm just confirming that here. That would make a lot of sense. That would mean we have 4 1 megabyte modules. And yes, 1 megabyte of built-in memory. Okay, so we could label these as let's move the camera back up. So we could label these as 1 megabyte DIMMs in here. So let's shut this down and let's put in our larger memory modules. We're going to use our SCSI to SD adapter because that's slow. Okay, so let's take these out. Let's see. These don't necessarily... Oh, you know what? I already labeled these as 1 meg, but they were in the machine anyway, so... I must have did that when I recapped it and I didn't even remember, but I want to look at the other ones too. So these are all 1 meg, that's fine. Let's put in the ones that we suspect are 4 megabytes. Oop. Now we could really fill our Macintosh 2 up with some memory now. Which would be great, because I have some things I want to do with that machine, but with the lower amount of memory that I currently have in there, only 2 megabytes, you know, I was running into a lot of trouble. Yes, this machine has a higher memory capacity, so I'm testing our memory modules in here. Plus, this also requires 4 matching memory modules. But that's okay, so let's, that's what we're going to do. Plug in our SCSI to SD adapter here. Even though it has the Color Classic System enabler, hopefully the machine will be smart enough to ignore that if it doesn't need it. But if not, we'll just boot off the floppy like we did just a few minutes ago. And again, we'll just leave that there. And we'll plug this in here. And let's turn it on. Such a nice, happy, loud chime there. Let's adjust the camera up a little bit so you can see both me and the screen. How about that? Oh, we're getting no video on the screen. That's unfortunate. The SCSI adapter is doing its thing, though. I wonder if it's just a loose connection here. Because I didn't touch anything, but with these old Macs, if it doesn't detect the video port when it's about to boot up, sometimes it just doesn't display video. There we go. For some reason it liked it the second time. Must be PAL Sims. Interesting. That booted very quickly. Yeah, so it's going to yell at me about some of these partitions. Cancel, cancel. Alright, so if we go to About, this Mac here. 17 megabytes. Holy crap. That's a pretty good amount of memory for this machine, don't you think? 17. Well, obviously we know that it has 1 megabyte of built-in onboard memory. And so now we know that each of these memory modules is 4 megabytes. So that gives us 16 megabytes of memory with the 1 megabyte on here, which is great. So that's awesome. Good to confirm that. So, yay. That's great. Wow. All right, so we can shut this down. Let's see. I thought the Macintosh 2 only went up to 8 megs. Yeah, yeah, I have the 4 1 meg sims here. And then these are 4 megs each. But must be PAL Sims. What do you mean by PAL Sims? European Sims? I'm not recalling the lingo there. But that's good here. So we know these are 4 megs. I will put the little stickers on here. Okay. Yeah, I see a lot of posts about people on the Facebook groups of maxing out their Macintosh 2 or their SC30 or whatever at 128 megabytes, and it's like, well, that's cool and all. I just like to have like, I don't know, 10 megs, just enough to have a few applications open. I'm not asking for that much. I mean, don't get me wrong, that'd be cool, but okay, there we go. Alright, so we got all these labeled here. That's good to know. I'm going to put them in a little drawer here so we don't get them confused with any of the others we're going to test. I'm going to put, these are all the 1 megabyte ones. I'm going to put these away for now because I probably want to mess around with this machine in another live stream. Maybe we won't be fixing something for once. Maybe we'll actually be playing around with something. That'll be cool. So, in fact, I was just playing around with something that a few of you know about that will hopefully be working fine with this little Macintosh there. So, you'll probably be seeing this machine again soon in the future in one of my scripted videos, which I hope to release shortly as soon as I'm done filming it and editing it and all that fun stuff. Okay, so back to our box of memory here. I want to run Halo on my 2SI. Very, very funny. Good luck with that. Maybe if you get a video capture card, you could capture very low resolution video. Alright, so let's go back to our friend here. Just check my phone, see if that email was sent about the memory. I got yours, Timothy. Thank you. And I apologize if I'm spelling your name incorrectly. I didn't get anyone from Dana yet, but send it when you want, Dana. There's no rush on that. Ah, 32-bit addressing. Okay. Alright, so let's see. We have 2 little ones here that have Motorola numbers here. This actually has a nice label. So this label actually says if it wants to focus here. Come on. Don't be afraid. You can focus. It just makes my live streams look terrible because I do have the manual focus app thing, but there we go. So these are actually ADNS. It actually lists it right on there. Oh, geez. You know what? Maybe it's Mac84 TV. I'm a dork, Lando. I forgot about that. Sorry. Mac84 TV. Mac84 was already taken. Or was it? Or was it? Double check my thing here. Yes, Mac84 TV. My apologies. So, we do have some memory here that looks to be very small. There's only 2 little chips on here. So, it is in your list. Okay, let me type the number in for you. So, maybe you could save us a trip there. So, this is ATA TC D9231. And that's the Motorola chip. There's also that's the barcode, but there's also an MCM number. MCM 81430S. So I don't know if those correspond to anything in your book, because that is printed on the board here, and I would assume maybe the sticker is the actual thing. But little baby memory, little tiny memory. I think I have a few of them. There's at least 2 here. Yeah, and then there's these might be like half a meg or something. So I'll put those to the side. I'm just seeing what I can match up here. We have some Oki memory here. These came out of my 2CX, because I actually labeled what machine they came out of here. So this is a 2CX, this is a 2CX, this is a 2CX. Two CX. So we have 1, 2, 3. So we're missing 2 that should be for the 2CX, but maybe I just didn't write on them. Well, let's see. Let's get some space here and put them out here. 1 megabyte. Okay, 70 NS. That's interesting because this lists 80, but maybe it's actually faster than they lead on. See, I don't know what to trust anymore. Let's just organize these here. Alright, so I'm looking for 2 that should look like this in the back. Oh, these are Okies? No, those are... Huh. Well, maybe I moved them to... No, here's one. Great. So we have all 8 SIMs. These were from my... Sorry, I hit the microphone. These are from my 2CX. I believe this is from my father's 2CX here. I don't know the exact sizes here, but we could test them in the 2SI, I suppose. If the 2CX was working, I could test them all at the same time. Oh, thank you, Dana. I appreciate it. But these are... well, let's look them up. Let's see if the spreadsheet or the file or whatever that Dana sent lists that. Sorry if this is a little boring for you guys or anything. We're just having a relaxed stream, testing memory, having fun. Alright, so actually let me open this up on here so I could get a better look at it. Hope you guys are having a good weekend so far. Well, Bruce is in the future, so it's not the weekend anymore there. Working. Well, that's not fun. Well, maybe it is. I have fun when I work sometimes. Sometimes. I gotta subscribe to my channel. How about that? Very cool. Alright, let's open up our email. Email. Okay, so thank you very much, Dana. We have a PDF here. And we have a spreadsheet. This PDF is an Apple memory guide from November 2000. Wow. Yeah, this looks like a slightly updated version of what Timothy sent. Alright, Christian, thanks for stopping by and appreciate the super chat. Everyone go to macintoshgarden.org and love the site. Take care. Okay, and let's look at the spreadsheet here. That is quite an extensive list. Whoa. That's really cool. All right, let's take a look at this. We got some Okies. So that's some of what we have here. Let's take a look, see if any of these match. That'd be cool. It looks like they maybe do. Maybe. 80Y. Is that an S2? I think that is. I put the label on too close. Yes, I did. So, thank you, Dana. This is very, very helpful. So, we have one here that's MSC232A. Oh, that's 2AB. I have a 28A. But I'm going to assume that they're very similar, because it's just off by a letter there. So instead of a 328B, I have a 328A. Yeah, so this is a 256K, it looks like. So I have 4 of these, so that would make it a 1 megabyte. Let's see if we can look up this one here. This is another Oki. And this is a MSC23108. 23. I have a 109, but there's no 108 here. But the 109 says it's 1 megabyte. So this would mean that these are 4 1 megabyte modules. So we could test that, I guess, in the 2SI here. I'm gonna do a lot of system swapping, I think, today. So let's put these in. We'll see if we are correct in that. Which will be good, because maybe I don't need to buy memory for my Mac Plus. Maybe I could just reuse some of these smaller modules. But I know some of those machines like memory with the more of the chips on them, just the physical chips. I guess I could read them a bit better. There's like Bruce was just telling me about the composite versus non-composite and all that fun stuff. Okay, and I'm sorry, we talked about these before. These were 1 megabyte each. So let's put a little sticker on those as being 1 megabyte each before we forget. We don't want to forget here, because the whole purpose of this stream is to record things. And speaking of forgetting, where did I put my marker? That's not a good thing, because kind of need that to write things down. That's not my pockets. I tell you, this stream was doomed from the beginning, my friends. Oh, that's a little too big. We won't be using that. That would be way too big. Oh, did it fall down? Did I misplace it? I'm always misplacing. I almost brought another one down with me, but I figured I only needed one. Oh, marker. Where did you go? Alright, everyone, rewind the stream and tell me where I left the marker. I'll just be patient and wait. It's probably like right under something. Here. Somewhere. I just misplace everything. My tools. My markers. My wires. my wallet, my keys. Ah. Well, I have a pen. I can just write it with a pen. In front of your Color Classic. Thank you. Jeez. Yes, Dana has my wallet. Now I'm even more concerned. It's always good to have more than one pair of eyes. Okay. Thank you very much, Trina. I would have been going crazy. Well, crazier. We already know I'm crazy. Alright, so let's put this sticker on here. So we know that these little guys are 1 meg. Perfect. Alright, so we'll put those in our little drawer here. Ah, yes, Dance Dance Revolution memory. Alright, so we got our 4 megabyte, or our questionable size megabytes here. But we're gonna assume these were the 108s, and the thing lists a 109. So I'm gonna guess these are a megabyte each. We will find out in a second. Let's plug our system back in here. There we go. I love that noise. $8 gigabytes. I'll take it. If it'll work in my Xserve. Probably won't. I think you need pairs. Okay, so we're booting up from our floppy again. Just want to see how much memory is on this thing. I forgot the SD adapter here. I'll plug that in next time. I'm always forgetting this thing. Always forgetting. No, I did it on purpose so Dana could hear the lovely floppy noises. I may have to do another ASMR video of floppy drives and popping capacitors and all sorts of stuff. He's a happy floppy drive, aren't you? Aren't you? Good floppy drive. See, it's not even 2 a.m. and I'm delusional. When they sound grumpy, they're happy. Kind of like a badger. Oh, I had something that I brought down here. Did I put it in my pocket? Oh. I had something I wanted to share with you guys. Where did I put it? Where did it go? I'll find it. There was something I wanted to share with you guys that I brought down. Let me stand up and see if it's hiding by something. No? Huh. Not in my pockets. Huh, I'll find it. Rest in peace, floppy drive. Not mine, Aaron's. Alright, so we have 5 megs. Okay, yep, so those are each 1 megabyte. Cool. Okay, so these are each 1 megabyte. So very similar to what was listed there. The listing said 108. These are 109, but we know that they're a megabyte, so that is very, very helpful. Take this down here, and looks like I need to cut off another piece of our little label here. Hello, Tim. Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the stream. We are labeling memory. Very exciting. At least exciting to me. Let's see. We need 1 megabyte. Okay. Yes, I have the SCSI 2 SD adapter. I will be plugging that in the next time we boot it up. Alright, so let me just take this sticker off here and cut it into 4 stickers. Okay. I love labeling things, but I love labeling things more, like these, when it has a purpose, because much easier for me to just go, oh wait, here's the 1 megabyte sims, than to look up a spreadsheet or whatever. Now, don't get me wrong, that spreadsheet is very, very helpful. I probably will be using it a lot in the future, but it's always good to just have things easily labeled if you can. Alright, so next ones we're going to try out are these 4. I believe all 4 of these will equal only to 1 megabyte. And if that's the case, hopefully we can boot into the operating system. Because we'll have a total of 2 megs on board. So let's put these in a little drawer, which we're running out of space of, but that's okay. And yeah, let's get our adapter. Oh, that is very sad, Aaron. I'm sorry to hear that. Always sad when computers explode in that fashion. Alright, let's plug power in here. Alright, we will take the disk out. Alright, let's see if it'll boot with just 2 megs. Ding! Again, no video. Let's try it again. There we go. Well, it's weird sometimes. It just doesn't want to display video sometimes. I am using 2 adapters, so that could have something to do with it. Oh, so fast. So fast. Alright, let's see. 2 megs total. Yep, so these memory modules are all 256K each, which is, I mean, it's okay. It's, at least we know now. Okay. So let's take those out. So that means that 2CX that I had these were nope, not those. These ones here were a meg each, So that 2CX only had 5 megabytes of memory. You know, we'll keep that SCSI 2SD adapter in there. I have a feeling we're going to use it. I would highly recommend the 5.1 model. I've had a lot of success using it, and it seems to be very flexible for what I need to do. Not that any other models are bad or anything. It just, that's the one I find myself using most often. Because I do have the version 6 one, but the speed increase in there isn't really, you're not going to really use it or notice it. Did I take most of this label off? Oh. How am I going to peel this off then? There we go. Actually worked. How about that? Alright, let's write our values on this label. All right. Welcome to Macintosh. Said in a weird way and typed weirdly. Okay. Guess that's what passes for comedy these days. All right, let's put our little labels on. Hopefully these stickers stay on, so we don't have to do this again next year. That would be problematic. I'm going to... Let me get your opinion on this, guys. So, maybe it's just me, but looking at the back of my head is not always the funnest thing. I'm thinking of moving the camera around so it's like there, pointing here, or there, pointing here. I think there is probably best because, yeah, I don't know. I have to figure it out because then you can't see the screen as good, but maybe I could do some, I don't know. But I guess it depends on the stream too. Some streams I'll move the camera around, but I know you love seeing the bald spot on the back of my head. But alright, so these are 256. All set up. Great. Okay. How much do we got left? We don't have too many. Let's take the rest out of the box. I did find one module that I'm kicking myself now because I don't know where I put it. Let me just stand up for a second. Let me see if I put it over here. I want to see if it's over here. Where did it go? Where did it go? Yeah, I'm actually just using the labels from my label maker. If I were to use the label maker, it'd probably take a lot longer to actually do that. Just because I had to print each one out and all that stuff. Not that I don't want to do that. That would be fun. Did I put it in this drawer? Oh, here's one. That's let me see if it'll come up on that list you gave me. Because this is just one. I don't think I have a matching one. So testing it would be problematic. Yeah, let's get the switch. There we go. Minimum of 3 cameras. Okay. Okay. Let's see. So this is... It would help me if I actually went back to the attachment. You like the way it is? Okay. Cool. what brand is it? All right, this is a Samsung. That's right. This is a KMM581, KMM581 000 ANP. ANP. I see ANs, but not ANPs. But it has an 8 at the end. This might be a meg. So close. It's like so. Well, let me just search for the. Let me just search for the number here. Yeah, that doesn't come up as. There's no A and P on the list, but. All right, so I'm gonna guess this is a meg, and I can't really test it without having a matching size and speed, I guess. So I'm gonna put a question mark on this. Because it might be a meg. And what is the closest one to this say? It's 80 NS. So we're going to guess it's 1 meg. Okay. Alright, so that memory module we'll put back in there. Alright. Let's see if we have any other matching ones. If not, we may have to look them up. I think actually, no, that one's not matching. We have a few here. These all seem to match. I only have 3 of them though. These 2 match, and these 2 match. So we could test those in here. We're missing a 3rd of this, unfortunately. Now these both have labels on them. This one does not, but let's look this number up. Let's see if we can find this. This is an NEC. Not coming up, I don't think. Let's scroll manually, just try and find it. NEC 41256. Yep. A8B12. Okay. Yes. All right. So these are 256 megs and 120 NS. That is slow memory, but that's okay. Probably not going to use that really, but I will label them accordingly anyway. So that's 256, 120. And if I find the missing one, then at least I know the speed of it. Okay. So again, if I don't keep saying it, I'll forget while I'm writing it. So 256. And this is 120 NS. All right. Yeah. That is slow. That's okay. Okay, so if I find that other one, at least I know what it goes for. Let's look up this one. Deico, D-E-I-C-O. Is that even a brand? Let's see. Nope, not on the list here. But you know, let's Google it because it may come up with something. Why not? It has the numbers 256 on it. So I'm going to guess it's a 256 megabyte memory stick. But maybe it's not. Who knows? I'm sorry, 256 kilobytes. How silly of me. Okay, this is actually on eBay. I found one. And it's in a different language. That does not help me. This is just a copy of that eBay auction there. Well, you know what? Let's try and translate it because I'm not picking up anything else. Let's see. Yeah, I mixed them up. The page you attempt to translate is already in English. Well, actually, it's not. I'll just copy the text then. Oh, come on, Google. Don't be annoying. Oh, there is English. Lot of 4. Capacity 256. So it looks like, let's see if any of these numbers match up. 04 minus 10. This is minus 805. So this might be a 256. Let's see. Yeah, this looks similar to what's here. So I'm going to guess this is a 256, so I'm going to put a question mark on this. I'm running out of spare labels here, but you know, I could trim the top off of this one. We don't have too many to go. Okay. Whatever spreadsheets and cheat sheets are being used, can I have them? Sounds like relevant info for the site you could use. Yes, I'll be happy to send you the email. Dana sent it to me, so it's not like I invented it or anything. Just giving credit where credit is due. Alright, so I'm going to guess this is 256K. And put some question marks after that. So in a year when I look at this and go, that's not 256, I'll know why. Okay. So we have 2 sets. Let's just see if they're on the list for the heck of it. If not, we're going to pop them in our classic here. So this is a Texas Instruments TM124. I don't see a 124, I see a 024. So we may have to test these. I'm not seeing it. But these are 80NS. These are quite quick. So we should be able to test those in our classic. Let's try looking up this one. This is... I don't know what this is. The company name is COZM or ZOZ. Let's see if we can. Yes, put your fancy logo on here so it's hard for people to actually read what it actually is. Let's see. Well, there's nothing that has a Z here, so maybe it's C. It doesn't have anything in here. So we have 2 of those. We could test those as well. So let's. I'm going to actually put labels on them, make it easier for us when we're writing down the numbers later. Okay. These may be the last ones to test, unless I find any others. I do have a bin of memory, but most of it I've pulled out. Most of the ones I found, anyway. Okay, so put these ones away. And you know, if these are all 256K, you know, this is a little faster, it looks like, but maybe this one has a set. And this one was a megabyte. Alright, so put that away. Just make sure we are. Yeah, okay. So we're going to put these 2 chips on the board. going to start out with this one, which I have no idea. It has a patent number on it, but I don't think that's going to help us much. Okay, we got our memory in. Let's scoot everything around. Of course, I'm always putting the keys on the wrong, slamming down the keys on that keyboard. Okay. Okay, let's plug this in. Plug in our keyboard here. And it's going to boot up a little slow, but we will try and speed it up. So it's a chime, that's good. That at least means that I like the memory and everything. There we go. We have 19 people watching. Hello, everybody. Why don't we take this time, if you haven't done so already, if you want to give the video a thumbs up, a like, that'd be very appreciative. If you like to do that sort of thing, it would be very nice. If you like the Color Classic, give it a like. What's not to like about this thing? Look at this beautiful thing. Hey, Captain 318. Oh, thank you, Matt. Very nice of you guys. All right, let's guess. Who wants to place any guesses on how much memory was in those slots there? Who wants to guess? I'm gonna guess maybe a megabyte or two. What do you guys think? So we have 2 memory modules. What do you think they are each? So again, the Classic has built-in memory here. It has 4 megabytes. Oh, somebody disliked. Well, I'm shutting down the stream now. Thanks, Jay. Eep! 512K. So Jay thinks each module is 512 kilobytes. Let's check it out. 8 megabytes. Okay, so each of those modules is 2 megabytes each. That's not bad. That is not bad at all. So the Classic has 4 megabytes built in. We added 2 2-megabyte modules, so we have 4 megabytes of total memory. How about that? Bruce was right if he was guessing per module, which I believe he was. All right, so let's shut it down. 1 kilobyte. If it was, I would throw it out. Okay, so we can take these modules out here, hopefully. I hate doing this because my fingernails are all scraped from these little metal holders. Your video is behind. Oh, it's okay. You'll catch up. Alright, so these are 2 megabytes each. I don't know the speed, but I could probably look up the details on the chips later. I think, yeah, these are 80 NS because they all say 80 on back of them, on the after them. So 80 NS. That's good. These are fast. All right, down to our final 2 chips, at least for now. These also look to be ADNS. So let's plug these in. If this one wants to seat properly, come on. There we go. All right. All right, we're going to do the same here. Where can you get a Mac84 sweater? Well, these are just pins. If you want to email me, anybody, if you want these pins, I was going to set up a store and stuff like that. I have not gotten around to do that. I have a small inventory of some of these pins. So there's a Mac84 pin, and then there's a fastest PowerPC processor pin. I think they're pretty neat. I designed both of them myself. The fastest PowerPC one is based after a sticker that Apple used to have on some of their new machines. If you want to figure out how to get one, you give me your zip code or whatever, and we'll figure out the shipping and a few bucks for the buttons and whatever. So feel free to email me, mac84tv@gmail.com, or reach out to me on Twitter or Instagram, mac84tv, and we'll figure out something. I really meant to set up something. I haven't had the time to do that. We've been recapping. So, all right, let's turn this machine on. We got a bong. That's great. You want a 2FX signed by Steve with his tears from the 8-hour recapping. That's very expensive. Especially since I don't have a 2FX. See ya, Jay. Enjoy your dinner. Okay, let's okay, starting up here. So we're coming up at about 2 hours. That's probably where I want to leave it today. But let's see what this is going on here. I'll try and see if I could find that thing I wanted to show you guys. And got some trash on the ground. Let me pick that up. Throw that out. Okay, place your bets again. Of how much memory you think is on those two modules. So again, the Color Classic has 4 megabytes built in. I'll give you a few seconds to type your guess into the chat. So we have 2 modules here. Okay, so Matt is guessing 1 megabyte. So he thinks the modules are 1 megabyte each. You're sticking with the answer you picked last time. Okay. Alright, so the Color Classic has 4 megabytes built in. Bruce says he thinks they're 1 megabyte each. Aaron thinks they're 2 megabytes each. Alright, let's take a look and see. So, drum roll please. 6 megabytes total, so they are indeed 1 megabyte each. Bruce wins, and so does Matt. You don't win anything in particular, you just get to know that you guessed correctly. So, how about that? So, one megabyte per each memory module. Total of 6 megabytes of memory. Alright, let's shut down the machine. Bruce is psychic. Yes. Bruce probably took a screen grab of when I held up the memory modules and was feverishly writing down the number. No. Okay, so 1 megabyte each. Now, the other modules, I was able to guess the speed. I don't know if I'm able to do that with these. We'll check. Let's see. But good on you, Bruce, for guessing. It's a fine guess. Okay. So, let's see. These have a minus 80 on them, so they are ADNS also. That's good. Do I have any cracked blue and white handles? You know what? I think I have one machine that's a bit beat up. I think the back foot is cracked or the front foot is cracked. I think I actually do have one. He sees from the iMac. Yes. Yes. Bruce is always watching. I have to put a piece of paper with his logo on it. That would be too funny. Okay, so these are 1 megabyte and 80 NS. Okay, so that solves the question of all that. Yes, Mac84 TV, as in television, at gmail.com. That is my email address. Okay, so we are... Oh, wait, what's in here? Oh, there's a paper clip in here. Well, that doesn't have any memory, so we could safely put that back in here. But now that all the memory has been labeled and sorted, I will put it back in the box here, just because we have everything nice and organized. I forget what these were. Darn it. What were... I'm going to have to go back on the stream. Or I guess I'll just plug them in. This was the original memory from the Classic, the Color Classic. I think it was 10. So these must have been 2 each. Do they have any writing on them? These are Okies. Actually, let me see if they're on this list just for the heck of it. MS, they're M5. Nah, it doesn't look like it corresponds to anything. Of course, there's no writing on these, but I'll just put them back into the board here. I'll print you one. You trade you for a faster power PC button. Yes. Well, why don't you shoot me an email, Aaron? We'll see. I'm not looking to make a fortune over these buttons. Don't worry. I don't think shipping is usually in the buttons I've shipped in the past. It's usually about $3 or $4. I weigh it. I package it myself with a little envelope and such. Oh, thank you, Trina. Very cool. And anybody who sends me an email, if I don't respond like right away, I probably actually read it and I put it in a to-do list to send things out, and I just probably like didn't respond yet. So just be patient if I send you an email like, hey, why didn't you get back to me? Well, nothing personal, just takes me a while to sometimes get back to some of that stuff. There's always a lot going on. Something's making weird noises. I think the fan is a little wonky on this machine right now. Okay, we're booting up our Classic here. Okay. So let's refresh my memory here. I'm not going to make anybody guess. Well, how about I'm going to know the answer. You can't see. Okay, that doesn't really help our situation. So it's reading 10 megabytes total. So they may be 2 megs each, or they may be 4 megs each. I really don't know. And without a system that has a higher memory limit, I don't know if we'll know right off the bat. Yeah, that's going to be annoying. More Macs to recap. No! No! Too many. Alright, I'm going to take a second here to look for something that I wanted to show you guys. Let's, so we have any fun screensavers on here to keep your attention for a few minutes? What? No screensavers? That is blasphemy. Hold on, I think I have something. Maybe. No, not really. Oh boy. Yeah, I used to have a stack of discs here. Oh, you know what? I think I know where that is. Yeah, let me get something, and then I have to look for something. Hold on. Behind the tripod. Whee! Okay, here we go. We actually found a disc here. It says After Dark. Let's put that in. Bruce, thank you for correcting my math. Math hard. Math bad. Numbers hard. Let's see if this floppy drive is happy. Hopefully it is. Ah, poo. Oh no! It's not ejecting! Oh. Oh boy. Maybe it's just... I'm gonna have to replace the capacitors on this thing, aren't I? I just realized something, Steve. I gave you the image of... Oh, really? That was you! Hey! Small world, huh, Bruce? That's cool. That's right. Were you the one who took the picture, or did you scan it in? Because I had a few people... One person sent me a picture, and one person took a scan of it. And I forgot who was who, to be honest. Come on, you can read the disc. Ah. Yeah, I know. I know it could use the hole, but I think the mechanism here is not cooperating. Ah, then that was you, Bruce. Thank you. So actually, when I was doing this button here, let me take it off so I could. Well, I can't because it's sort of jammed in there. When I was doing this button, I had the little speed meter thing, like the little thing in the middle and the little screws on the side. I had it sort of lopsided, and then when Bruce sent me, now I know it was Bruce. When he sent me the high res image, I realized how badly aligned mine was, so I had to make some changes. But it wasn't all bad. Okay, great. We have the disc here now. I think I actually have this imaged, but oh, we'll image it anyway. Why not? I think I have a disc copy here. Maybe not. Oh, that's not what I wanted to find. Yes, I know I could have gone and found that whatever I was looking for by now, but at least you'll be entertained with After Dark. Let me just copy the whole disc. 70 files. Jeez. Yeah, some of those old hard drives, they sound pretty noisy. That's really cool, Bruce. I still can't get over you helped me with the button, which was great, because what happened was I saw that image. Somebody posted a Mac for sale. I think it was a beige G3, and it had this sticker on it, because Apple used to put this sticker on a few things, and I never had the boxes or the pamphlets for those machines. Come on, focus, you dumb camera. Come on. Focus, maybe? Pretty please? Pretty please? I'm going to have to go over here. I'm going to have to open the webcam thingy, which I can't see because the big butt of the Color Classic is hiding. Oh, jeez. Well, it's a pretty cool graphic, and Bruce helped me a lot by that scan. But there we go. Oh, really? Really? There. Focus on that now, you silly camera. Alright, we got our After Dark here. I believe this just goes into our control panel. Yes, I'm going to jump over to the SE next. I almost forgot about that, Bruce. Now I can't not do it now. So I'll get that ready while you guys enjoy some screensavers. How about that? I think I have to reboot this because... oh, come on. Really? Where's that paperclip when you need it? That's why I always have a straighten out paperclip. Just needed some suggesting there to get out. Alright, let's move this down a little bit. I think I have to reboot to get this online. To get that app going. I think, but let's see. Also, always put it in the Apple menu items folder. Yeah, I gotta restart. Alright, let's restart this. We'll get the camera closer here. The Color Classic says no. Alright, let me get some things settled. I'll come back and enable a screensaver in a second once this finishes booted up. And thank you for waiting. Here it is. Here's what I wanted to show you, as I almost trip over the camera. Okay, so here's a set of my old car keys. Few interesting things to note on this set of car keys. You guys probably see exactly what I wanted to show you. Yeah, so my old set of car keys had a 30-pin memory module on here. Now, this actually says, participate in urban ecology, Computer Reuse and Recycling Center, Eugene, Oregon. So, this came from a recycling center. This little memory module here. There's no writing on it. so I can't really test it out, and I don't have a pair of it. But I'm gonna try and look this up at one point. That'll be fun. Other things of note on here. We have, this is a Wi-Fi finder. This is before cell phones or PDAs had Wi-Fi in them. The whole idea for this is that apparently you would push and hold down this button, and the battery in here is right now it's dead. But this would tell you if there were Wi-Fi signals nearby, and then you could bring out your laptop and you could actually connect to the Wi-Fi. This wouldn't tell you if it was encrypted or not. It just had 4 little lights up here that said if there was a good signal or not. That's all this did. But I bought it. I thought it was cool. I also have my little Mac OS keychain here. It has a Mac OS face and the little Apple logo, which is nice. And this, one of my family members went on a trip to Australia and brought me back this little keychain, which has, it's a little boomerang, and it says Australia, and it has some of the crossing signs for the animals on it. So there's a kangaroo on there, there's a wombat, there's an echidna, some cool things. So that's oddly fitting Bruce. Bruce is probably thinking they make those in China. That, you may have bought in Australia, but not made in this country. Alright, so we rebooted here. Let's see if After Dark wants to work. Name, okay. Organization, Mac84. Let's put this on the screen so you actually see what I'm doing here. Here we go. Oh, here we go. Oh, Can of Worms is a good one. Oh, there's so many good ones here. Look at those worms go. Let's see what other cool ones do we got that'll really tax this system. All right, we got to go with flying toasters. We got to go with flying toasters. Let's see. Yeah, I think this will work. Let's try and do that. There we go. Enjoy these toasters. I will be right back. Anybody who comes into the stream now is going to be like, what the heck is going on? Let's put the microphone towards the speaker. So at least you can hear the toasters. All you can hear is the floppy. Well, there's no floppy disk in there. That might be the fan. There's no music for this one. The speakers, actually, it should be in the front. Because that's a speaker right there. This little grill here. What do I know? Alright, just getting things situated here. Back right side, if facing the screen. Wow. There's also a lot of noise coming either from the hard drive or the fan, so it's probably not helping either. Let's switch it up. Not gonna take long, I'm just getting some stuff ready in the background here. Rainstorm. Oddly calming. This guy here is actually an old, I think this is an old ROM sim or a cache sim or something. Or DIM or whatever you call it. This is from Jay's favorite company, OWC. It looks like it was like given away at Christmas or something. Peace on Earth. I think I saw one of these in the catalog and figured out the difference between that. But, yeah, this is probably something that was just junk and they just wanted to get rid of. Okay, so I have everything we need, so we're going to stop our little demo here, and we're going to shut this little guy down, because we're going to work on something else in a second. So authentic. Exactly. Alright, well, you've been very good today, my little friend, but it's time to look at some other machines. I said I wanted to keep this at 2 hours, but we got 20 of you here, so might as well go on a little bit further. How about that? So I'll lift you up. Oh, wait. How much memory? How much memory was in this stupid thing? This is the whole reason we started this. Hey, Dan. Wait, Bruce said it, I think, in the chat. Let me scroll up. Bruce was kind enough to correct me on my math, and therefore noted the correct size of memory in there. 4 megabytes each. That's right. Thank you, Bruce. Yeah, so it's 10 meg total. So if those RAM sims must be 4 each then, because the Color Classic has 4 megs built in. Oh. Yes, 2 times 4. I was about to say, I was like, wait, what? Okay, get our marker. And I ran out of labels. How about that? Let me just write crudely here. 4 and 4. That's fine. And I'm just going to go right back on this board because it's where they came from. So. We just finish this up, then we'll get looking at the next thing. Okay, let's put this board back in here. Okay, lift this guy up, put him on the ground. Okay. So this one is for Bruce. Oh boy. Yes. This is my Macintosh SE. What are you looking at crazy for? It's a perfectly excellent paint job that was not done by a bunch of high schoolers. I guess it's Dana's first time seeing this machine. Yeah, I tell the story every time I show this on the stream, but it's been a while. So probably some of you don't remember why it looks this way. And I'll explain. I'm not too thrilled with it because I'd like a normal looking SE. But I will try and explain at least the method behind the madness here. Yes, it is sacrilege, but one, it wasn't my computer when it was painted. Two, my friend thought it was dead, so he was going to paint it and strip it out to make it an aquarium. What stopped him from doing that is he thought the CRT was high voltage, and we did neither of us wanted to take it out, which, was smart of us because we probably would have touched the wrong thing. This machine needs a good cleaning, and its board is very dusty, but it actually did work. I say did because I have had some problems with it recently, and Bruce has suggested that I show him, and via the stream we could do that. But yeah, this color scheme actually is accidentally, we didn't intend this to be that, accidentally the same color scheme used on the Japanese PowerBook that has, it was like a demo model or a prototype model or something like that. But yeah, I mean, honestly, there's only one side of it painted. The other side is not painted. If you could see that. This side is not painted. The back is painted. Yeah, so, yeah. At this point, I am just going to leave it. I would like to pick up another SE. This is the only one I have. So we're going to have to make do with it. But let me move this over a little bit. And I'm going to focus on the board here. We're going to do a bit of cleaning because this machine warrants some cleaning here. And let's make sure that I have my little paper towels here. Okay. And so, let's take a look. So, I believe this machine has 250, 2 megabytes of memory on it. So, let's back this up a little bit. I don't know why it's so hard to keep both my big head and the Mac in frame. Let me lower my chair. Well, there is an SE30 about 5 minutes away from where I live. Not an SE30, I'm sorry, an original SE. The guy looked up prices for an SE30 and wants $200 for it. I made an offer of $40. It's just, an 800K machine. I think it has a built-in hard disk, but nothing too fancy. And the guy didn't really respond to me. It's still listed. He hasn't sold it, but when I messaged him weeks ago, he's like, nope, I don't have time for you to come and test it. I just want to sell it. So I'm like, okay, well, I'm not paying $200. It's one of those things where they list it for $1 and then they list a high price and ridiculous. Anyway, I believe this has 2 megabytes of built-in memory. So we have the memory slots in the bottom here. So those must be 512 kilobytes each. That is my guess. This board is, you can just see some of the dust coming off it. It's very dusty. Yeah, might as well paint it a different color. Yeah, this thing is caked with dust, so I wouldn't be surprised if that's problematic. Now, I will show you. I will show you what is. Let me see if I can get. I had a picture of this. Oh, it's on my iPad. All right, give me 1 second. I want to show you what the screen looked like when it wasn't cooperating. Hold on 1 second. Okay, I just sent the image to myself. So I'm using the ADB mouse to control the Mac Pro. That'll be the day. Yes, no built-in memory on the SE. Let's see. Yeah, I hate that when they someone on Facebook Marketplace or wherever posts something for $1, and then all of a sudden, they're like, "No, I know what I have." I'm like, "Well, actually, you don't." Actually, you don't. So let me try and show this on stream here. I'm gonna share this image file here. Let's see if I could do a window capture. Let's go to that. Okay, so here is what the Mac SE looked like last time I turned it on. Now, I was doing a video about it, and it was working pretty well. And I had to reboot it a few times, and unfortunately, that happened. So, it had a bunch of garbled video, and then when I rebooted it again, I got a sad Mac. So I was like, oh great, something's wrong with it. Now, it's not the worst thing that could happen, I guess, but it is, concerning, obviously. So the first thing I thought is maybe it was the battery or the capacitors. So what I've done is, let me hide this here. Sorry, Dan. So what I've done is I've taken the board out. If your reaction, Dan, is to the screenshot or to the Mac SE, well, you missed the story behind it. But essentially, I thought it was broken, and me and my friend painted it. It was going to be turned into an aquarium, and it didn't. So, yeah. So here is the SE board, and you can see. Just look how much dust there is on this. And in fact, you know what? We will. Let me bring this a little closer here, because I want to just show you as I attempt to clean this thing here, because that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to try and clean this up. And we just got a whole heck of a lot of dust here. So let me take the camera off the tripod for a second and just show you how much dust. You can just see the amount of dust here. If the camera wants to focus, I mean, even if without focusing, you can just see that this board is pretty filthy. Yeah, and I've removed the battery. The battery used to be here. That's the only clean spot on the board. Now, Bruce, you could correct me or tell me, because I forget if this thing actually needs a battery to boot up. Hopefully it doesn't. But yeah, we have our 4 memory SIMs there. I believe they are 512K each. We have our little details right there that says Macintosh SE, copyright 1986, because this stupid camera won't focus. Let's just sit there quietly for a second. If it'll decide to focus, it'll be good. Come on. Look, there's action. Focus on the action. There we go. Yeah, so... Okay, it does not need the battery to boot. They look like 256K. Okay, they may as well be. I believe when I booted this up that it had 2 megabytes of built-in memory. Although I could be mistaken. Maybe it was only 1 megabyte. What? Maybe we will see. How about that? So I'm gonna just go ahead and just clean this. I'm not gonna do anything. Well, first I'm gonna take the memory modules off, and hopefully these don't snap here. I'll be very, very gentle. He says. There we go. Okay. Yeah, these modules are dusty. They have dust on them, and they have dust in the sockets. Yeah, look at that. So I would not be surprised if the garbled video I was getting in the sad Mac is just due to dust. That would be nice if that was the only problem. Okay. This one does not want to come up easily. I don't want to force it here, but This is going to be fun. We got 22 people viewing. Hello, everybody. We are looking at a Macintosh SE board here. There we go. We are taking the memory modules off. This is a very dusty board, so we're hoping to clean it up. And if we get it working, let's upgrade the memory on it. Let's see if we could do that, because that'll be fun. All right, cool. We got all the memory modules off, and look at that. Look how dusty that is. Yuck. You can just see all the dust bunnies hiding in there. Well, we're going to clean that up. So first, I'm just going to get a toothbrush here. We'll get the big dust bunnies off, then we'll hit it with some compressed air to get the rest of it. But you can just see as I'm doing this here, there's just so much. I mean, probably 30 years of dust on this thing. I do not have an ultrasonic cleaner, unfortunately. That is on my to-get list. So maybe in a few months. I have a surprisingly generous amount of my fellow Patreon supporters, which is very kind of them. And so that is my fund, essentially, for all my goodies that I use on the channel. So, by current estimates, in a month or two, I should be able to, let's say a few months, I hopefully should be able to get a decent one. That'd be very nice to have, and hopefully would resolve some of the problems I have with some of my boards that have been recapped but aren't happy still. Yeah, oof, there's a lot of dust here. And it's caked on too, because I actually did use the compressed air at one point. It really didn't make much of a difference because everything was just stuck everywhere. I mean, just look at the dust bunny that's on this toothbrush here. Ugh. Yeah, we're gonna get rid of that. Yuck. Oh. I am getting a phone call. Please hold. Sorry about that. Alright, let's see. Ugh. Oh yeah, the worst dust is smoker's dust. I have a story about that, which I will tell you as I clean this. This is over 10 years ago. I was cleaning a friend's computer. Well, not their computer, but their parents' computer. And their parents smoked, or at least one of them did. And they had a Dell PC, and the design of the PC had a grill in the front that was behind plastic, so it just collected dust. Well, it wasn't just dust, it was like smoker's dust. And even though I was cleaning it outside, I got sick. This was back in 2009. I just started a temp job. I did not have any health insurance or anything like that. And so I just started a temp job. And I got terribly sick. And essentially my first paycheck went to doctor's visits and steroids. And I had to take a bunch of time off that I didn't even have yet. Because of the disgusting brown sticky dust in that computer. Even though I don't think I breathed much of it in, just a little bit got me sick. Now, it could have been coincidence, but I believe that was the cause of it. Ugh. And yeah, that's why I refuse to fix machines that are, of that variety. That does not help me. Now, it looks like, is this a FPU, Bruce? This little socket here. I'm gonna assume that's what that is because it's populated. I'm not honestly too knowledgeable about the SEs. This is the only one I have. And, you know, I have a Mac Classic, so I always thought, well, you know, I don't need any more compact Macs, and I have the Color Classic, but these are nice because they do have an expansion port, which is right here. Slot, rather, not a port. Oh, yeah. Well, good on you, Captain 318. I mean, that's a very tough thing to do, apparently, and you stuck to it, so congrats. But, yeah, it's one of those things where if you're not doing it, everyone else can smell it but you, because you're so used to it. You know, it's like if you work at a gas station or whatever, you get used to the smell or whatnot. What's the number on the chip? Well, let's take a look. Ow, the bottom of this board is very pointy, so I keep stabbing my fingers here. Let's take a look. Well, it's not going to focus. Well, how about that? It actually did. Well, of course, I had to speak too soon. It's a... there's a bunch of numbers here. Korea Apple 86, VGC 7219-0678. Then the next line is 344 S0603A. Huh. Hold still, yes. Oh, jeez. Hold on. Let me open up the webcam settings on this thing, because I've had it with this camera. Show control panel. I'm gonna go to focus. Turn off auto. And let's get a nice, good focus on that chip. There we go. So that's the chip there. Not exactly sure what it is. It looks like it is removable. Whether that's because they updated the chip from time to time, or if it was not, you know, a required chip on the board, it was like an FPU or something like that. So that is the chip on the SE of the board that we're holding. If you want to take a screenshot of that and you want to take a look at that, I'll give you a few more seconds. And then I'm going to move on, because you can see there's still quite a lot of dust on the board. Alright, so now I'm going to move on. 3, 2, 1, take your screenshot. Alright. Okay, so we're going to continue. This looks a lot better already, but there's still so much dust. Yes, I do have canned air. I'm just trying to get out the big pieces first, and then I'm going to use that. But it looks like I got most of the... And a lot of it's caked on, too, so when I tried the air last time, it didn't really do much. But I will do that in a second. Now, Bruce, I know we had this conversation before, but I honestly don't remember all the details. Did this PDS slot take the same as the 2SI? I believe it did. I just want to confirm, because if so, I have a network card that could go in this. No. Okay, Bruce says no. Because I remember there's two different, maybe there's two different types of cards or whatever. Maybe the SE30 has it. I forget, to be honest with you guys. Like I said, I don't have... they're different slots. Okay. SE30 and the 2SI are the same. Ah, okay. Yeah, see, I didn't know either. I always just assumed, but that's why I want to get my hands on an SE30. But all right, this is looking pretty good. I'm going to get the compressed air here so I could dust the rest of this off. Ah. Okay, so it looks like the straw fell off of this thing, the little thingy, but that shouldn't inherit us too badly. Apologies to the microphone. Let that settle a bit because that can's getting cold. Alright, that looks like it got most of it. I mean, there's still some by this switch here. That's a little dusty, but hey, this is night and day difference. I'm spending most of my energy on these memory slots here because I'm assuming that was maybe the cause of the problem last time. But everything looks a little better now, so I'm gonna actually try it and see if this works. Now I'm gonna use the existing memory modules that we have. I'm gonna label them. Let me see if I could. You know, let me print out a label. Let's print out a label because why the heck not? We'll have fun doing that. So let me bring this up. So the label maker, unfortunately, is it does have Mac OS software, but the software is very different on Mac OS. The Windows version actually has a better interface for typing in stuff, and you have more control over it. So we're going to have to use the Windows version. But that's okay, because I have a Windows desktop sitting here that I'm going to remote connect to. And you can see I already have that printer software set up here. So we're going to save this label as just do memory here. And we're going to type up some stuff. I was making floppy disk labels before here, but that's okay. So we're just going to just do some typing. And this will be Mac SE RAM, Mac SE RAM, Mac SE RAM, Mac SE RAM. So I'm just going to note what the original memory was from this system. Not that I know the values at this point. I'm going to guess, like Bruce said, they're 512K, but let me just double check. Oh, there is actually a number on the back. So these are NEC. Let's take a look. See if we can match these up. 4156, 4156, AB15. Ah, these are 256K. Bruce, you are correct. Add that to your winnings today. What's that blue thing? Oh yeah, yeah. We'll talk about that. Okay, so we can label these properly. All right. So Mac SE RAM. This is 256K at 150 NS, right? Yes, that is correct. So 256K at 150 NS, and we'll just copy that. Okay, cool. All right, so we don't have we have a little wasted space here as far as our label goes, but it's making us all cry. Oh, don't be so harsh. It doesn't know what happened. Okay, so we got some little things here. All right, so anything else I wanted to print out? A label on any of this stuff? I'll label the memory later. But all right, let's add an image to this. Why not? Sorry, I know you really can't see the screen, but let me just I'll show you the result of it in a second. We'll try and print out our Mac84 logo here. Why not? Okay, all right, let's print this out. And the little printer's hiding here behind our soldering station. Okay, so here's our label. We have our little label here. We printed out the values of the memory, and we have a again, we have to do the manual focus because our camera loves us. Here we go. And so we have our little label values here, and on the floppy disk I had a little apple and a Mac smiley face. We have our little Mac84 logo, but this is much more fancier, much easier to read. So I'll be putting these stickers, these labels, on our memory modules. Now they're not going to stay in here. I hopefully can upgrade the machine so we could do a lot more with it. Because 1 mega memory is it's a little limiting, to be honest. There we go. So let's label these modules, and then we'll see what modules we can replace this with. Focus! Alright, so let's just label these first. Labeling is fun. Okay. What are you going to try the SC? I'm going to try and get to work. That's what I'm going to try to do. It did work, and then it was all garbled. I don't know if it was just like bugging out or what, but we will find out. Okay, that's one label on. This is a spare label we'll put over here. I try to be very economic with these labels, even though I have rolls and rolls of labels for this thing. I already went through one roll already, so. Okay, there we go. So yeah, that was one of the issues why I didn't use the SE more. Keep on to call it an SE30. I wish it was because it just like, you can only do so much with a megabyte of memory. You can load up System 6 and stuff like that, but really can't do much else. I was even having trouble just copying floppy disks and stuff. The floppy drives in this machine do need refurbishment. They're a little dusty. They both will read disks, but they are getting a bit cranky. So that's something we do have to address at some point in time. And I just noticed I put this label covering the little hole where the module goes. So we'll just fix that. We did the same thing in this one too. We can have that. That's not going to help us. That will not help us. Oh, come on. Oh. Now I'm ripping the end of the label. That's alright. We know what it says. Alright, and the last one here. Sorry, I know this is riveting. Why are you not printing from your Mac? So I explained it before, but the printer software, unfortunately, for this little label maker, which is not new, it's quite old, it does have a piece of software for Mac OS X. Unfortunately, all the options that the Windows software have are not on the Mac version, which is frustrating. To make matters worse, the orientation of the printer seems to be flipped. So whenever I try and print portrait, it prints horizontal. And whenever I try and print in a horizontal or a landscape position, it prints in a portrait position. So I can never print out the full label. It keeps cutting the image off. No matter what I try, it does not want to work. So that is very frustrating. Yeah. Alright, so I guess what I'm going to do is let's try and put some memory in it. We labeled our memory. So let's see if we could put in, let me just confirm this here, of how much memory. I do not want to do an iOS update. Go away. How much memory this this little SE could take. So this could take a maximum of 4 megabytes? Really? Okay, so we can only take 4 megabytes of memory, so that's 4 1 megabyte modules, which we do have. We do have, I believe. These are 256K. These are 1 megs here. So I'm just looking at the speed here. We don't necessarily need the fastest memory because this takes slow memory. I don't think it would really fully take advantage of it. Now these have a lot of chips on them, so these should work just like these had a lot of chips on them. The SE seems to be picky about those. Okay, let me just see if there's anything else. These are 2 megs. That's not going to help because I don't think that's the best use of our memory modules. But if this could take a 4 megs, that would be great. Now I'm going to just clean these just a little bit. Not going to go too crazy, but they're a little dirty, and I want to make sure when I'm putting them in. You'll need to clip a resistor on the logic board to upgrade to 4 megs. Oh, jeez. All right. Well, you know what? Let's hold on here. Let me just boot up with the memory I know worked, and then we can upgrade it to 4. I'm getting ahead of myself here. I'm getting ahead of myself. Well, we will upgrade it if the machine works, but I don't want to get too carried away here and then end up not working out. All right, so let's clean these anyway. But that's right, you do have to clip a resistor. That's so silly. Well, it's not silly. I mean, I understand why, but it's funny to think about that in this day and age. All right, so I'm just gonna clean these pins here. There's a lot of dust on them. Look at that. Okay. Oh, jeez. Yeah, I mean, wouldn't surprise me at all if dust was the reason why this thing was not happy anymore. Okay. Now, at least I do have a System 6 boot up floppy that we can boot off of. I also have a Mac Plus SCSI-to-SD adapter disk that I set up. So we should be able to boot either from SCSI or floppy. See, if I had an SC30 or anything like that, I'd put a SCSI-to-SD adapter permanently in it, because I would imagine I would use that machine more than I would use this one. Not that I have anything against this one, it's just, I don't know, just, I don't want to have to explain the colors every day, every time I do the stream. What are you using to clean the memory chips? Just some alcohol and a little Q-tip, that's all. This is just 91% isopropyl alcohol. You get it wherever, you get it at a drugstore or whatever, supermarket, etc. Okay, so we're going to carefully put these modules back in. We have to start from the rear. Okay. 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 All right. All right, so the only tricky thing is I did not discharge the CRT when I was working on this machine previously. So we have to be very careful. All right, let me back up this camera a bit. Let me stand up here. Give myself a stretch. Oh boy. How long have we been streaming here? Over 2 hours now? Almost 3 hours. Holy, that last hour went by real quick. All right, let's move some of the stuff out of the way. All right, so I'm gonna put this board aside. We're gonna open up our friend here, which is already open. So we shouldn't have too much trouble. But there's probably a lot of dust in this guy too, so we'll be careful. Okay. Oh yeah, that's very dusty. Oh my goodness. Yeah, maybe might not be able to finish this tonight because look at the amount of dust here. look at that. That fan is caked with dust. Well, not caked, but it's a good amount of it. There's a lot of dust all over this thing. I'm not seeing any bulging caps or anything, but yeah, I mean there's dust all in here. Yeah, we're gonna air this out. Hopefully we have some compressed air left in the can. I know I have another can somewhere, so if needed we will find that. But it'll be fine tested. Okay, I just do a quick dust. A quick dust. Where the heck did I put the stupid can? Oh, come on. Story of my life. I cannot keep an eye on anything for a second. And it just walks away on me. I thought I put it like right here. It was a cold can. Huh. Yeah, there's no hard drive in this one. There's just dual floppy drives. Where the heck did I put the can? I just had this silly thing. We're checking all the boxes of a Mac84 live stream here. Missing things, misplacing. Oh, here it is. I put it to the side. Ah. All right, let's just get some of this stuff out of here, because little label that flew off. Jeez. That is one dusty computer. I'm just going to try and see if I can get some dust off of the power supply here. Alright, this thing is going to need a much more thorough cleaning, but at least it's a little less dusty. And my fingers are frozen from that. Alright, this little tag came off here. I have no idea what that number means. Oh, you silly camera, I swear. Stupid camera. You're not silly, you're stupid. EIA 1204. I don't know where that was originally, but put that to the side. Okay, so it's going to be fun putting the board in, because I think I took it out a long time ago. So let's see. Oh, that's right. So yeah, let me put this down. Oh yeah, you can just see the dust that's hanging here. Oh boy. It is to do with the tube? No, I think the tube works fine. But let's put this board back in. Now I think, if I recall correctly, so we have our where's this little cable go? This cable goes here. There we go. And then we have our two floppy cables. There's actually a SCSI port on this thing. Actually, no, I can't put that in yet. Oh, maybe the label. Yeah, I don't know. It's a good question. So we're going to slide this down. Or maybe that's not how you do this. Hold on. I've watched Bruce do this enough times on others. Maybe it's like this. Yeah, I think that would make a little... Yeah, that would make more sense. All right, let me just move this cable up here. There we go. And yeah, is it like at an angle? You do it like that. This little cable keeps on to get in the way here. Seems like it wants to, kind of, go in. I'm probably doing this wrong, and Bruce is like, "What are you doing now?" There we go. Okay. All right. Well, that's all well and good, except you can't touch it. Wait, does this whole bottom come out or no? Try to kick the sound. Yeah, that's silly me. I didn't do that correctly. Let's take it out. Oh, the bottom of this thing is sharp. Now, will it actually slide up, or was I making it more difficult to myself? I would assume Apple would have designed it to just slide up. Sometimes YouTube gets weird about links. You might want to type it out manually. I don't know. I have no control over it. I'm not censoring anybody. Just YouTube being YouTube. Okay, there we go. Ow. Yeah, I'm going to end up bleeding at this point. This metal be sharp. Alright. If I do it the way I did before, I should be able to mosey this in there. So let's try that. Now this case does have a slot here. I'm tempted to open that slot, but you know, I could just use the external SCSI port. I don't need to run an internal one here. Oh, you tried typing out manually. Hold on. Let me. Where's that sticker? I will type the sticker. Here we go. There are 3 rows of numbers. So let's see. Is 51225292. Then it's EIA 1240, and the last numbers are 213 space 21 minus. I have no idea what that means. But you all are probably about to find out. Alright, so this is going to be fun. So I kind of did it this way before. It allowed me a little wiggle room with these cables. But oh, Apple, what a great design you did. Yeah, the floppy cable I could get in once the rest is in. Left side. Yes, that's what I will do, Bruce. That's what I did the first time I put the board in, but yeah, the power cable is not really... It's not really gripping on as I want it to. It's kind of just sitting. Let me sit down and try and get this to go. The socket's in there, it's just not catching on the plastic clip there. What the heck? Ah! It hurts! Well, I think that's the best I'm going to get it, to be honest. I think it's connected enough. Alright, let's... We are trying to resurrect this Macintosh SE because it was caked with dust, Jay. Caked with dust. And I mean caked with dust. It was really caked with dust. Tell them, everybody, how much dust was there? The answer is a lot. A lot. Okay, so now we could kind of align this up a little bit, maybe. Why is this being more difficult now? Oh, I see. Because the connector is not down far enough. So I have to sort of move this board. This is annoying. This is... Ow! My wife is making cauliflower upstairs. How about that? Okay, let's... Here, what if I just seat this in a little bit? Maybe. Come on. Come on. Cauliflower is good. You just gotta season it correctly. A lot of people, unfortunately, don't know how to season their vegetables. Trust me, I've had horrible, bland vegetables in my life. But you do them good. They're good. All right, that should be. Let's get this dust bunny out of here. Get out of there. Ow. Oh boy. Yes, steamed veggies. Yum, yum, yum. Okay, let's try and get this in here properly. There we go. Okay, and then that socket is there, so we can then wiggle this just a little bit up, maybe. Oh, it doesn't want to go because that socket is pushed out. Oh, that's so annoying. Well, we could try. I don't think this is happy with me, though. Because these metal brackets are not lined up because the, this socket here is like through the metal, and it's not letting me, unless I pull it through a little bit more, then it's the wires that's against, not the, being very careful of my hands too, what I touch. All right, let's try that now. Oh, you know what? Let's get our floppy cables in here too. Okay. What am I doing wrong here? I can't lift them up. I can't lift them up because of the way that socket is. Let me see if I can just slightly maneuver this here. I've seen you do it 1,000 times, Bruce, but see, the problem is that there. Oh, you probably know exactly what I'm doing wrong, and you're laughing, but that's okay. That's okay. This metal is not bending. We got all this. We got all the sockets in, of course. So that's why. This is why I don't want to work for us. Jay is always so positive. Always so positive. Let's see if... Now I'm going to end up breaking this thing by mistake if I keep doing that. Yeah, and that's the issue I'm having. So the socket is here, and there's a metal thing above the socket. So when the socket's in there, I can't move the board up. So I can't lift it up. I don't know what I'm supposed to do then. Yeah, no, I'm not going to force it. I'm being very careful here. Unless I'm able to... No. Yeah, it might have to go in after. So let me unplug that then. No, I'm not going to crowbar it. Okay. There, see, now it's much happier. Oh, come on. There we go. Alright, so now... There we go. Find a non-pointy spot to help support the cable going in there. Okay, I think that's good. Okay. Socket's in. 2 floppy cables are in. You know, I do have a long SCSI cable, but I'm not going to screw anything back in. So if I need to, I can just lift it right back up. Okay, all right. Let's carefully lift this guy back up. Just get some dust off of this where I can. Oh, look at that. You know how many years of dust that must be? Ugh. 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 Yeah, we're gonna have to do a deep cleaning episode on this guy. This is not helping. Anyway, let's try and fix this guy up a little bit. There's dust everywhere on this thing. Okay. Alright, so let's back this up a little bit. I will never use this toothbrush. Okay, so we have some bent metal inside of our SE case on that side. Oof. I will put the back on just to make it easier to move around on my desk without accidentally hurting myself, because we all know that will happen. Okay. Alright, cool. Did you do the power cable? Yes, the little tiny one? Or there was the big power cable, and then there was the little tiny one, which might have been the speaker. Then there were the 2 floppy cables, so I did 4 in total. Don't pay attention to them. You're very pretty. Don't pay attention to them. They're just jealous. They're all jealous. Okay. We have a disc here. System 6. We have our keyboard here. We have a mouse. Don't you pay attention to them, they're just jealous. All right, and you know what, let's plug in the SCSI cable, just so we don't have to turn this thing around again and have everyone laugh at it. Trust me, if I knew it worked back then, I would not have done this. It wasn't even my idea. It's better than it being in an aquarium, folks. Okay. Alright. Are we all ready? What do you think is going to happen? I think it's going to work. I'm optimistic here, but that's just me. My microphone now has dust all over it. Alright. Even as an aquarium, that color would have been awful. I reseeded the memory. This thing was caked with dust, Jay. It was caked. I reseeded the memory and cleaned the heck out of it because it did boot, and then one time it just didn't. So I think the dust got to it, but we shall see. Maybe it was overheating. Who knows? Alright, let's turn this buddy on. We got a beep. Hey, we got a screen. Let's try and boot it. We got a cursor. It was cake, Jay. Oh, boy. Hey, we got a Happy Mac. How about that? It's not how you look on the outside, what's the inside that counts. There we go. About the Finder, not even about this computer. 1 whole megabyte. Look at that. Oh, now we have to focus this stupid camera again. Look at that. 1 whole megabyte. 6.0. Okay, the focus turned itself off again. Nice. Made by Larry, John, Steve, and Bruce. Bruce, you didn't tell me you helped design the original Macintosh operating system. Alright, this is pretty cool. Now, I did see a little weird line there. Let's hope this thing doesn't blow up in my face. Alright, let's see if I can get the, where's the other memory card I had here? Here it is. Don't report me, I swear, I didn't do anything. Alright, let's try and boot this off of the SCSI to SD adapter. So we're going to shut this down. Plug in our SCSI adapter here. And if we don't see a light on this, we'll try and power it via USB. And let's see if we can get this SE to... and I might not actually boot the system with only 1 megabyte of memory now that... Oh wait, no, this is System 6 that's on this SD card, that's right. Alright, let's turn this on. We did get an LED without anything plugged into it, so hopefully it will boot. There we go! Look at that! From the SCSI to SD adapter via an external SCSI cable, no power. Oh, that booted up quick! Look at this, System 6.0.8. Alright, let's get this tripod in much closer. I want you to see this in all of its glory. As close as I could get it. We're gonna adjust the focus and stuff. Hold on, guys. And now it's blinking because it's a little too close. Here we go. Look at that. That is just cool. We have a bunch of games on here too. Super Paint. Again, this is only with 1 meg. Oh, come on. So that flashing of the screen is not the machine. Yes, because this SCSI2SD disc I was using for the Mac Plus. So that's why it's named that way. Yeah, sorry, it's going to be flickering. That's what old CRTs do. They flicker. If we get a little bit further away, does that help? Yes, it does. How about that? Alright, so we have set date, which I'm not going to touch because last time I did that, it sort of made the computer angry. Your favorite game, Word. Well, let's open this. Yeah, so it's the year 2023. How about that? Let's change that. Oh, that's right. We have to go to Control Panel, the one and only. And let's make it happy here. It is the year 1999. How about that? And let's say it's 9 a.m. We just woke up. We're going to do some work. Alright, so what do we got here? We have some games. Oh, first off, hold on. How could I forget? Yes. Click, click, click. Alright, let's see what we got in here. Games. Oh boy, Glider. Let's see if Glider will load. Oh, I forgot how to play this. Let's see. Sign up controls. Move glider to the left, J, and right, L. Okay, let's try it. Okay. I'm bad at this. Okay. Oh no! Something got me. None of your business, that's who, Dana. Yes, so you have to use these vents. Exactly what Bruce said. Oh, I went too high. Oh no! Went back to the beginning. Ah. Final score 0. Yeah, that feels about right. Yo, this apartment is Joey numbers. Don't tell nobody. Alright, let's, we got Mac Bandit. I think this is a slot machine game. Yes, it is. Alright, let's do this. Ah. All right, let's we got a bunch of games on here. Mac Missiles, let's try Mac Missiles. Oh, Raw Elements. There's a long story behind this. Essentially, Me and my friend got this years ago. He didn't think it worked, but it does work. So when he didn't think it worked, he painted it, and that's why it's blue. That's impressive. Because we turned it on and it didn't do anything. But then it magically worked. Alright, let's go! No! I destroyed the plane! So many innocent lives lost! This is a great little game. This is called Mac Missiles, if you can't tell by the top. 1985. Whew. Hey, this mouse is pretty accurate, Jay. Plug the ADB mouse you got into the ADB port on your G3 and let's play some UT. I think you'll agree it's pretty good. Oh, I had one missile left. Jeez. Alright, Philip. Sorry we went so long, but glad you hung around for as long as you did. Have a good night. Oh, there goes my missiles. I'm about to die, I'm sure. It's gonna get harder. We won't be going too much longer. Oh, it's going faster! No! Oh, that was an evil church. Or an evil city. Alright, let's end the game. Yay! Congratulations! High score! Woohoo! Screenshot. Alright. Let's see what else is on here. Tetris. Play some Tetris. This screen needs to be cleaned and... Oh my goodness, camera. You got focus, buddy. That is beautiful. Alexei Patsinov, the inventor. Oh, what's wrong with your Mac Plus? Hello, comrades. In Mother Russia, Tetris plays you. Start the game. Oh boy. Oh no, I didn't know the button. No, wait. I swear I'm normally not this bad at this. Oh, come on, I just need that one piece. Well, this is not going to help. There we go. No. Ah. Yeah, the heck with this. That was the last time I played that. I beat my score. How about that? Okay, let's see what else. I'm not going to play all of them. I want to fix this guy up, clean it up better. And we'll probably do another video on that. We have kid pics, archive notes, oh no! I guess the coprocessor's not installed. Oh boy. Okay. At least we're back up and running real quick. Let's see, what else? We did Tetris. Yeah, let's do cannon fodder, and then I'm probably going to call it a night, because I have to eat dinner. I'm hungry. Start a battle. Stop. Let's see, what's the controls again? Explosions. About. Let's go to about. Fantasy computing. 1989. Holy crud. If I mailed $5 to this guy, he's probably not at that address anymore. Boing. Settings, new game, out, set ball speed, start a battle, stop. Oh wait, I think I just used the mouse. Yes. Boom! Yes, ladies and gentlemen, this is the game. Refocus the camera. Okay, I'll try. Let's try and refocus the camera. It looks pretty sharp to me, but let me try and focus it. It's not going to be pin sharp, but yeah. See, now it's all flickery. If I move back a bit, the flicker stops. So yeah, I don't. It's a CRT, so. Gonna have to deal, unfortunately. I just want to try and get one hit in. Just. Will it go? Will it go? No, it's too far. just a tad. Just a little bit. This is a fun game. I actually remember playing this. Kablamo! Let's see, we might get a hit. You can't even see the ball because it's not refreshing. There we go. Oh! Nice. That was awesome. Alright, well, I think that's going to have to call it for tonight. I mean, I don't think I have enough memory to run Super Paint. Or do we? Holy crud. I think we do. I think I had a saved image here. Super Paint. Hello. Yes. Sorry about the flicker. Hello, Internet! Perfect. And of course, you have to do our little macOS smile. How about that? Not too bad, if I don't say so myself. Yeah, a lot of people have done Hackintoshes in classics. I'm not a huge fan, but you know, it's your machine. You can do what you want. Somebody butchered a poor color classic on one of the user groups. Ugh. Let's do a save as. Me too. So I'm happy that this worked. It was just dusty. I mean, I didn't expect anything to be going wrong with it, but I'm very satisfied, everybody, that this machine is up and running again. Because, yeah, I was very concerned. Let's end the stream by let's draw something. Let's draw a little scene. Let's see. We can do. Here's a house. Got a line here. It's like a road or something. Oh, that just keeps going. Let's got a paintbrush here. There we go. Got a little person here. And then let's draw some clouds. This is very photorealistic, I know. It's hard to believe I'm actually drawing this because it's so realistic. Got a little chimney. Let's say it's a cold day. Caked! It's caked, Dana! A little door. Let's add some windows. Then, what else should we draw? What else should we draw? I know. Boom! Roar! Draw his long tail. Give the guy some fins. Super cool fins. Oops. And we'll draw a little Clarice the dog cow here. Clarice is trying to battle the dinosaur or Godzilla or whatever, but Clarice is just so tiny. So tiny. Move! And Clarice goes, move! But the dinosaur is not having any of it. And he breathes his fire, or Godzilla, or whatever this is. And he just goes, blah! And, oh no, the house is on fire! But Clarice always has a trick up her sleeve, and Clarice decides to go after the dinosaur's toe. So she bites his toe, or Godzilla or whatever's toe. He bites the toe, and that was the one weakness of the dinosaur. And the dinosaur dead. Yeah, I'm gonna go eat. We will save this masterpiece as Dog Cow versus Godzilla. And when I look at this file a few months into the future, I won't know what the heck is going on. Oh boy. Well, this has certainly been a lot of fun. I'm glad we got this Mac SE to work, because I didn't expect it to work. So that's really cool. Oscar scene. So yeah, that's about it. We were playing around with this Macintosh SE. We were testing out some memory. I thank everybody that was joining. Now I know how much memory I could put in here. That'll be another video. We'll upgrade this to 4 megs. We'll play around with it more. And I have a SCSI to SD adapter that works. I have to go eat, Jay. Maybe after I eat, we'll go on Discord. And I've been talking for like 3 hours and 40 minutes, so I could use not to talk for a little bit. But my hair is terrible. I need a haircut. Anyway, yeah. So it's been fun, guys. I appreciate all the super chats, all the comments, all the likes. If you didn't like this video, if you could please like the video, that would help me out. Get stuff like this suggested. Print and sell. Well, I did save it. Maybe next stream, Aaron will print out some goodies on my dot matrix printer from this little guy. But it's been fun, guys. I hope you enjoyed the stream, and thanks for keeping me company. And I'm very glad we got this working, even though some consider it to be ugly. It does work, and that's the most important thing. So we're gonna do a special, and we're gonna do a shutdown, and see you guys later. Have a good weekend, what remains of it, and see you again soon.